The second rule we're going to look at is like the sum or difference rule. So we can take the derivative of multiple terms by just applying the power rule to each term individually. Okay, again, as long as it fits the power rule where it's in that format of like a x to the n, then we can use that power rule if we can get it into that format, and we can take the derivative of every single term. So if I have f of x plus g of x, I take the derivative f of x, and then I take the derivative g of x, and I have plus. And this rule also works for minus as well. So when I take the derivative, I take the derivative of 3x squared. So it would be 3 times 2, which is 6, and then x 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, the negative 4x, remember when I have negative 4x and it's x to the first, it always just becomes the constant in front, because this, remember, is like y equals 4x or negative 4x, and then the slope is negative 4. And then the derivative of a constant is always 0. So you can write plus 0, but we usually don't. So this would just be 6x minus 4. But just as a reminder, the derivative of constant is always 0. Okay. For y equals x over 3 minus 7 over x minus 7. So the first thing is we're going to get stuck on the second term unless we change the format. So that's what I'm going to do first. I have x over 3 minus, and then I'm going to make it x to the negative first. This is x to the first in the denominator. To move it to the numerator, we make the exponent negative, minus 7. Then if we take the derivative, okay, so this is x to the first. So again, you can just remember, okay, this is a linear function. The slope is just whatever is in front of the x, which is 1 over 3. So the slope is 1/3. Okay, you can also bring the 1 down and then do 1 minus 1 is 0, and x to the 0 is 1. That's the other way to think about it. For this one, I have minus 7 times negative 1. And then I would have x to the negative 1 minus 1. And then the derivative of a constant, again, is always 0. Okay, and you can put minus 0 or plus 0, it doesn't really matter. So then we have 1/3 plus 7x to the negative second. And that's 1/3 plus 7 over x squared. So that would be the derivative. So that's how we use the sum or difference rule. We just take the derivative of every single term and then leave the same sign in between, unless it changes due to multiplying by the exponent.